Good evening, Lethbridge, and good evening, world. Welcome back for the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship 2017. We had some incredible curling this morning, some intense drama, tears of joy, tears of devastation, as the teams have been progressing through the playoffs. It's now down to the quarterfinals, and for our future game, it's Latvia playing Canada. My name's Sander Ulvåg, and I'm joined by the sparkling and lovely Kaelin Virtue by my side. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Let's take a look at the playoff bracket here. Korea plays China, Latvia plays Canada, Switzerland faces off against Norway, Czech Republic will play Finland. All of them securing some important Olympic points, but of course there's more to get. And of course, there's a championship at stake. As we take a look at the team lineups, it's Andris Bremanis for Latvia, alongside Santa Blumberga and coach Ritvars Gulbis.
Team Canada's lineup: the male player Reid Carruthers, female Joanne Courtney, and coach Jeff Stoughton.
Can you run us through some of the rules of mixed doubles play, Kaelin?
Certainly. There are a few major differences in mixed doubles curling. First, you will see teams are composed of only two players, one male and one female. There is one pre-positioned stone per team per end. Each team throws 5 stones per end, and games are 8 ends in duration, with only 22 minutes of thinking time per team. One player throws stones number 1 and 5, the other throwing the middle 3. Players have the option to switch positions between ends. There's no takeouts allowed until the 4th thrown stone of the end, and each team has one power play they can utilize when they have the hammer.
Well, it's quite a few changes to the game that takes us back to 1541, which was the first written reference to curling. But we will make sure to take you through it. If you haven't been following all the action this week, if this is your first mixed doubles curling game watching at home, we will definitely explain what's going on. We'll see Latvia throw the red stones this evening. Canada will throw the yellow.
All right, here we go, Joe. High 14. Yeah. Nice extension.
It is Latvia to have a hammer, the last an advantage, meaning Canada will begin this quarterfinal. Joanne Courtney will throw the in-turn draw.
That's close. You can go. Yeah, line's good. I thought light. Yeah, you can go. Line's good.
It's not too bad.
Okay, room.
Top 4.
Okay, you can. Room. Line's good.
Joanne looking to make a perfect freeze. Keep the line to make sure that it stays on the center line and not over curling that stone in the back 4.
Go. Keep going.
Through an impressive 87% in the game in Scotland to get into this quarterfinal.
Both Reid and Joanne really playing well this morning.
Here is Santa Blumberga for Latvia, throwing rocks 1 and 5.
You'll notice she took a wider line than Joanne did, but she doesn't throw as much rotation, so she got away being a little bit wider, because in theory it will curl more if you don't have as much rotation on the stone.
Of course, that is helpful if you play on straighter ice, for instance at home in a club. The ice here, this ATB center, will obviously curl quite a lot more than many clubs in around the world and Europe.
Yeah, you'll notice players that do play on competition arena ice often will throw with a bit of a pop at the end, just to prolong the curl and make the shot more readable for the person in the house calling line. In this case, for the thrower, there is no one in the house to call line.
This is Reid Carruthers. Of course, he would play quite a lot on arena ice, being skip for one of the top teams in the world at the moment, sitting 4th in the rankings with his men's team.
And Joanne as well, with being #1 in the world coming out of Beijing with Rachel Homan.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, on paper, this game feels a bit like David versus Goliath, but this Latvian team is undefeated coming into this game, unlike Canada. They've been really impressive, and it'll be interesting to see if they can pull off an upset here, as we see the 21-year-old Andris Bremanis. This one will over curl and catch the guard, but not too bad. Opens things up here. Latvia having last stone.
Yeah, not a terrible outcome. I think you'd really hate to miss anything wide there. It's not bad to take the guard off, although Canada will probably just replace it.
Okay, so just a hair crossing the line. Okay.
I could try running my shooter right now into that.
I don't mind the guard for now, Reed.
Okay.
Just keep it. Probably 2.
Clean it early.
2, 3.
Yep, line.
3.
Yep, lines. Okay, clean
3.
now. Whoa. Stay close. Whoa.
4.
Whoa.
4.
Whoa.
It's coming down 3.
Whoa. Stay close. Clean. Whoa. Whoa.
Just biting.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Okay, good spot, Reed.
And just like I thought, they put the guard back on perfectly.
Okay.
Sweet.
Thanks.
Forces Latvia to play a run back.
He's killing anyone in his red.
Yeah, Bench! 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 Whoa, 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 whoa! Bench, Mosaya Pro!
Oh, look at that.
Wow,
Run.
fantastic.
Triple. Gets all the yellows going. And just shows you don't have to throw all that much weight to make these shots. Just got to hit the right spot.
Yeah, he hit the sweet spot on that one.
So I make the
He
double
didn't throw nearly as much weight as you would probably see Reed Carruthers throw, but it was perfect.
Yeah, I like bumps.
You think it's going to be a little fresher?
Yeah,
Well,
I think
bit
so.
of
Just make sure it's good bump. I'll stay close for line.
that's something that could stun the Canadians a little bit here in the first end. Maybe felt like they had the upper hand halfway through this end, but now really turned around for them.
Whoa. Whoa. Stay with it. Yep, yep, yep. Second red, go. Yep.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Didn't even kill one of the reds here, and actually just spread them. And just left everything very open for Latvia.
Davey? Good.
So essentially, a chance for Latvia to sit 3, and perhaps score 3, unless Canada makes a double or another shot. Like a hit and roll or a freeze.
We'll remove that very back red one, but they're set up for a good deuce here.
That takes a bit of the pressure off of Canada here.
Both in smiles, they've got to be happy being in this situation.
Control?
Yeah, control.
Is this the hit and roll called by Canada?
Yes, that's what I heard.
Trying to hit the stone, roll in behind the guard. Tough shot to make without 2 sweepers and a skip at the head.
Close.
Of course, Reed calling line on this one. Joanne Courtney up to sweep it.
Yeah, Joanne's a bit of the workhorse on this team. She really is a strong sweeper, so I think they utilize that whenever they can.
Okay.
Doesn't get the rule, so open hit for Latvia to score their 2.
Just get our 2 here.
And for those of you at home, when you do have hammer, it's always a success in the end if you score 2 when you have hammer.
I was sliding a hair full, so I tried to just be careful and release and didn't do anything.
That could be a great start for this young Latvian team. So Santa Bloomberger with the last stone here of the first end. Nose hit to score 2. Throwing quite some weight at this actually.
Whoa, whoa! Whoa, lobby.
Sounds pretty close.
Great throw.
Right on the beak for Latvia, and 2 points up on the board. After that really good run double by Andris Bremanis. And a nice nose hit here from Bloomberger. 2-0 after one end.
Okay. No lead?
Yeah.
The second end is underway here. Latvia playing Canada. It's a good start for the Latvians, scoring 2 points in that first end.
Yeah, I'd have to say I'm quite impressed with that run double. Although this is not quite what they're looking for.
These 2 Latvians just coming out of nowhere, nowhere really. Both participating in the World Junior B Curling Championships recently. Andris Bremanis played the World Junior B this year, 2017.
Yeah, and it's a little wider.
Ended up in 5th place.
Line's good.
And
You can go. Gotta go.
Bloomberger
Come on.
played the B World Juniors last year,
Go.
ranking 10.
Come on.
So essentially the 20th best junior team in the world. And
What do you think out of my hand?
just out of nowhere, these 2 getting together and dominating at the World Mixed Doubles. It's honestly
I think I killed it.
a surprise.
Yeah, there's something to be said for their mindset is probably a lot different than the Canadians. They seem relaxed out there. Not saying that Joanne and Reed don't, but there is a little bit more pressure on Team Canada here today.
Well, Latvia has no points from last year, but with a good run here, probably needing to make it to the final actually.
Yeah.
But with that, they could essentially make it to the Olympics.
Yeah, with the way they've been playing, if they keep that up, it's not out of the question.
Yeah, not a miss here. Seem to be a little bit inconsistent. I haven't been able to watch a lot of their games this week, but seem to be making some simple mistakes here and there, and then, like we saw in the first end, just pull it off with a great shot here and there.
I think that's close.
And you wonder if some of their opponents might have been coming into the games against Latvia a little complacent, just because they don't really have that pedigree as some of the other teams have.
I think that teams do tend to think that way sometimes, but I don't think Canada is taking them lightly at all.
Yeah, definitely not today, seeing how many games they've actually won.
Kavaram.
So maybe that the underdog status is kind of wiped away from Latvia.
And another one that's not quite what they were hoping. They got a bit lucky to actually remove that top yellow one from behind the red.
Out turn even with ours.
The coach on the bench, a little more experienced. Ritvars Gulbis has represented Latvia at 12 European curling championships, 2 of them being in the A group. I do remember him beating the likes of Thomas Ulsrud in the opening game of the 2011 Europeans in Moscow.
Your favorite team?
Well, being Norwegian, of course, I would follow them quite closely. But yeah, he's definitely a resourceful guy for this young team to have. He's been at quite a few championships, and of course that's something
Clean. 6. A little bit of room, I think.
something very good to have with them.
Clean.
6.
Whoa, whoa.
6.
Whoa.
It's coming down.
Clean.
6.
Whoa.
Of course, this
And you
Canadian
finish.
team having a
Clean. Clean.
bit of staff as well. I mean,
Yeah.
some
Some experience on the bench. They now have Jeff Stoughton as coach. He has been with the program for 2 years now.
Intern. Yeah.
And he's really developed mixed doubles curling in the countries, implemented a few big events to draw players, and we've just had a lot of experience. And you'll see to his left, Paul Webster, who's also a national team coach, goes to the Olympics with all the teams, and he's also very familiar with the game.
Okay, you're okay, you're okay.
just peels the one here.
You vienkārši te nav
Canada still lying 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get my rock?
Yeah.
Nē, vienkārši izslēdēšu ārā.
Okay, so bite the 4, right?
Bet nu ir ok. Izcēlām vienu, kas dara. Sūdīgāk būtu, ja mēs iet pie sargā.
Jā.
Bet visam čābīgi. Viņiem vēl arī jāieliek smūgi.
Same weight?
These games do go by really fast too, so you'll see lots of the players actually speed up their typical routine in the hack. You only get the 22 minutes, so
Maybe a foot more?
2 minutes and 45 seconds per end. It goes by really fast when there's a lot of rocks in play.
Like more to me.
Lots more to
Hold
think
the line
about.
if anything. Hold the line.
You know, sometimes
Whoa.
when I've played
It's like Max. Whoa.
in the past, like a 10-end regular game, it could be close to 3 hours, and especially a game you might lose after you think, what happened? That went by so fast.
Yeah,
You having played a lot more mixed doubles and participated in the World Mixed Doubles, you feel the same way sometimes?
yeah, you feel like the ends go by fast, the game goes by fast. Before you know it, you're in the 7th end and you only have 2 rocks to play. It goes by incredibly fast,
Nē, vienkārši mums ir rotas,
which actually draws lots of the players into play because they do really love that speed about the game.
Bišķi tā normāli dara.
I'm gonna take my line next time then.
Okay. What did you say about the one?
I just threw it in practice and it seemed to be okay.
Okay.
Anyways, see, are they playing the double here?
I don't really know. Language barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what they called.
Close it and sit second.
Yeah.
Is that an advantage for Latvia to be able to eavesdrop on the Canadian subs discussing their tactics, but not the other way around?
Yeah, it may be.
Whoa! Nice bits, nice bits, nice bits, nice bits.
A nice attempt there, but
Okay, labi.
You can come right down to this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a hair more, I guess.
I think you can just give me a hair more ice and throw the same weight.
nedaudz.
Canada with a draw for 3.
Yeah, nice bounce back by the Canadians after giving up 2 in the first.
Take almost middle of 12 and throw the same weight. I like this rock.
Bit of a sloppy end by Latvia to start off with, and couldn't quite pull it back.
Yeah, you'll notice how crucial that first shot of the end is, especially when you don't have hammer.
That's a big ad.
Last stone, second end here.
I think you can hurt it.
The out turn throw from Joanne Courtney.
Gotta go.
She typically plays the first rock every end with the in turn. Maybe just knows this path a little better in terms of speed, of weight. And it does get there to the top of the 8-foot, 4-3. To the appreciation of the home fans. And it's 3 shots to 2 in favor of Canada here.
We're going to change the 1 for the 3.
We're 25% on the way.
Let's throw the 1 first.
Like, I thought I threw almost the same. You got it an extra 6 feet.
Yeah.
Probably swept it a little different, but
Yeah, early. I like that.
The ends really do go by fast here, already in the third. We've had quite a few points awarded to the teams. It's Canada up 3-2. See how the young Latvians respond here.
Joanne's pulled up late on most, or all 3 of her first stones, but it hasn't really hurt them. You'll notice that Canada is not shot, but it's above that red one, and Latvia can potentially use it later as a guard almost.
Nolle.
Līnijai. O, līnija laba, līnija laba.
Trešā, ceturtā.
Bers, bers, tad jābērš.
Ceturtā.
Bers. Wow.
Ceturtā, piektā.
Wow.
Piektā.
Wow. Uzbers.
It's not a bad shot here.
Bišķi daudz pārkit, labs bersens, paldies.
Go out or in.
Whatever you're seeing.
Thinking the out.
Just think like top 8. That was a 14-7 to top 8, no handle.
And you'll notice Joanne commenting on Latvia's lack of rotation, because that also affects the speed. A rock with more rotation will actually travel farther than a stone without the rotation.
Where?
7.
I guess sometimes it could be an advantage
Coming down.
if they can ever,
We're all there.
at certain times they can get that extra finish, and Canada might not be able to follow.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely can benefit them if they figure out the ice first.
It could be the other way around also, like coming through a tight port. Canada would be able to come through with the straighter throw,
Yeah,
and maybe Latvia not able to follow because they would curl too much. So
Line was good.
works both ways.
pros and cons, yeah.
It also is a benefit too, like these Canadian players do probably have 2 different types of releases, you know, for different ice conditions. A little softer on straighter ice and more positive on arena like this, so they should be able to adjust.
Sestā. Sestā.
Tā ir 7.
Septītā.
Lai viņš krīt.
In Canada, we're so fortunate that we get to play on different ice conditions all the time. You know, you're in an arena for something one week and the next you're in really good club ice and might not be ideal the next. So you get very good at many different releases. Good shot by Latvia.
7/8 on the inside.
Yeah.
Try to
Same
tap
line as
this
your
back and
last.
roll to the button.
Okay. Just a hair. Close.
Whoa.
7/8.
No.
I don't think you're that heavy.
Okay,
Reed.
go ahead then. Line's
line.
good. Where?
7, 6.
Yep.
Gotta go.
Here, Joanne Courtney using the number system for calling weight here. 7 would be T line, 8 would just be back of T.
Whoa.
Yeah, when you're sweeping that hard, it's really difficult to say an entire sentence.
Yep. Nice sweep.
It's a good shot. He did want to move that, but I think that's a really good shot because it's a real nuisance for Latvia now to get in there for another shot rock.
Bortu!
I think there's someone too. It's a good spot.
And she just said what I was thinking. It's a good spot.
Bišķi tikai, jā.
Talked about the language a little bit in the previous end. Latvian is
Hei, Borci!
an official language. It's more closely related to Lithuanian than anything else, but quite a few Russian speakers in Latvia. About 37% of the population does speak Russian, and about 27% of the people in Latvia are ethnically Russian.
Looks like it.
Does
Dead
it go over the
nose.
top?
But for sure hits it. I was thinking it might go under, so it must be
Okay.
nose.
Okay.
Struntīgi apstājās. Nav arī tik
You
traki.
don't ever like just freezing this back.
Vienīgi tas, ka
Yeah,
viņiem
what
ir
are they playing right
Like,
now?
how do they get rid of this yellow?
Yeah, we go there.
And if you're back here, I mean, then they're just gonna freeze and then we freeze.
Yeah. If you go back here though, then the yellow might go to the side of it and out. I think you want to go like a little bit short of it.
T-line terrible?
Yeah.
Full
T.
4?
T.
Top 4?
Reed is quite precise with his calls.
Well, you kind of have to be,
Top
You do.
4 better than
especially when
back
there's
4 here, Reed?
so many rocks in play all the time. If you ever leave a bad angle, and
Like to be
you
second.
can leave a big shot for a big score. So
Yeah, 100%. And I actually think that their communication on these shots has improved over the
Okay,
week.
I like it.
Earlier on, they were getting caught a little bit, leaving it an inch high or something like that. So they're being extra cautious, and it's definitely helping them.
That's close. 7!
Clean. Yeah, line.
7, 8!
Yep, line.
8!
Yep.
7! Gotta go.
Yep. Whoa.
2 in.
Whoa. 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 Whoa, 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 whoa.
I wonder if Reed's going to want to fire his front end and pick up Joanne after this event is over. Pretty good sweeping.
Mēs uzspēlēsim, tad viņš atnāks
Shot, Reed.
Tā kā nevajag pilnīgi pierēt šeit apmēram. Viņam vajadzētu atnākt. Tā kā pēc atstienam var būt, viņš pat uzķer šito bišķīt.
Viņi tāpat, nu jā, bet mums būs bēkas.
Just squeaking by.
Šitam tas paliks bēkā, te.
Going home is
This is
not.
the curl.
Going home it's not. Going home is where we've swept the absolute most. I think this will get there. This way. It's not far.
Labākajā gadījumā viņš pat to paņems.
you could hear Reed talking
Šeit ir
about
astoņi.
Okay.
where they were leaving the stone,
Jā?
just because there is this run on the red stone. Yellow would go into that red stone at the back of the forfeit on the left. Might redirect over to the shot stone, but I wonder if they stopped short enough to just go underneath here.
It's a pretty tricky shot.
This could be a bit risky too.
Yeah, it could. But I think you do have to play something. At the very least, you open it up.
Spēks ir.
Whoa, whoa!
Really important that they score here.
See what the thinking is here. Those hit, and it will go underneath and jam on the back four.
Plānāk vajadzēja.
This is a real tough
Yeah.
in-turn.
Canada to sit
Mums
2.
tā kā
Tap for one.
sarkņas
Everything's
iekšpaiet.
for one.
Tad jau vajadzēja daudz plānot.
This is actually pretty tough. They have to hit
That's
about
pretty-
half rock and nut it.
I like the same
This
shot.
in-turn draw is really hard to get one.
I
Let's
don't
guard
think you
this.
can get there. Let's guard that.
this. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're throwing here, Joe.
Okay.
Joe, we're gonna play the in right here.
Okay.
I played there in practice.
Dapat palikt to.
You can
So
see
we're
the
finishing
skip
three.
and Reed Curler's really coming through during these games. He's really in charge of the ice reading.
Come down to 2.
Yeah, I agree.
And,
It's not too bad. I threw this in practice.
So I want to
Possible.
guard the
Also,
outside of this red.
Quite a lot of the
I think
tactics,
this is
so they've
perfect ice
found a
for
way
a guard.
to
Yep.
Okay. Slow slide.
give each other
3.
a certain role on the team. Skip Reed Curlers, for the most part, taking care of the ice reading and a lot of the calls.
Max, max, max.
Joanne Courtney, like you said, the workhorse.
Room.
It's not bad actually.
Line's good.
Not in a bad way,
More
obviously.
rotation there,
No.
Reed.
Just
You have to finish. Where?
I think it's good.
doing all the
Halfway.
sweeping and being
Halfway.
Whoa!
knowing the weight.
Needs to sit. Whoa! 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 Whoa!
These
No.
two actually did
Sit.
Sure?
throw the other way last season.
Good.
Reed throwing 1 and 5 and Joanne throwing the middle 3.
I think
Great.
Just going sideways more than
think this is
forward.
working
Yeah.
better for them?
Looks like it grabbed.
I think so. I mean, they
Yeah,
won the
almost
national
like that. Almost
championship, defeating very good teams,
Probably
and
could've finished it at
they're
half
doing
court.
well so
Yes.
far.
It's perfect.
It's probably still there with like
Being
bump,
nitpicky.
but
I think that guard ends up
I
in a
think it
good
was way
spot
easier to
for
play that way. I'm glad we did
Yeah,
that.
Canada.
perfect, really.
yeah.
Well, if you think about
I
your,
think it's a bowl out there.
yeah.
They're talking about the swing when you get out wider, how much it curls. And sometimes that does happen. The farther you get out, the more it will curl at the end, because there's so much fresh pebble out there that the rock just grabs it and takes off.
Tāds top 6 apstājās.
Yeah, definitely want to throw a weight where you can maybe keep the broom down.
Viens.
Bērns, tad jāvērš.
If you leave it on its own,
Bērns, bērns, bērns,
coming out this
bērns.
fresh, it might
Līniju labi, tikai
over curl on you. We've seen that quite a few times this week.
Savu galvu.
Trešā.
This one is
Bērns. Whoa.
not there.
Yeah, just coming up short, just hitting a different track, a different path, a little bit slower, and does look like a steal of 2 for Canada. Reed having a closer look.
I think it's 2, but I just, before I kick it, I want to make sure.
I think it's 2, yeah.
Yeah, for sure these 2.
Yeah, yeah. Nula? Viens?
Yeah, just 2.
No, no,
2.
viens.
2.
Okay.
2 yellow.
Reed makes up his mind, so a score of 2, steal of 2 for Team Canada, and they've really turned this game around after giving up a deuce in the first end. It's 5 shots to 2 here after 3 ends of play.
So my free
Okay,
draw
so
for 1, we both
how about-
jumped in and it would have been probably biting 4. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give you an extra 4 feet from
Yeah,
that.
or you're going to play.
We're back in action with the 4th end of play here.
That's more and that's wide.
Canada taking a 3-point lead
Room.
after 3 ends of play.
Room. Line should be good. Room.
Weight looks good.
Okay, we don't leave.
Small tap.
There it goes. Yeah. Yeah. Line. Yeah.
You'll notice teams that have a lead will like to have this stone come all the way to the back rock.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's fine. Whoa.
And it's like a dish.
Should almost try to get. Okay.
I know the in's not acting like that.
Okay,
Is
I'll
that
try
really
the other
good? Like
turn.
it's
I
wide.
thought that was lots of
I
weight.
thought that was lots of weight.
Yeah, I thought that was the adjustment. Sorry.
Oh,
Had to be back
look at
there.
lots. Look at her intern draw.
Nolla.
Tikas back. Wow. Līnija laba. Līnija laba.
Trešā.
Līnija laba.
Trešā.
Līnija laba.
Ceturtā.
Līnijai.
Piektā.
Velc garām. Līnijai.
Viņš ir
Velc
klāt.
garām.
It's a nice shot.
Canada has had a bit of a rough ride through to the
Yeah, I don't
playoffs.
mind
They
that.
had
Are they beside each other?
Yeah, they're just touching
some
each other.
scrappy games where
I
they
don't
just
mind if I actually just move
barely
Probably the best.
pick up the win.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
And of course, a lot of
Further, it makes their,
pressure
slash
on these
easier.
two,
Okay.
needing those Olympic points to qualify. Coming to the quarterfinal, they've guaranteed quite a few points, a minimum of 5.
Clean.
With the 8 they have from
Definitely the
before,
lightest I've played. I
makes
think this is a
13.
freeze weight right now.
From what I can see,
Go
I
ahead.
do believe that's enough to get there.
Go ahead,
Yeah, I
mine's good.
think so. I mean, the game
let's
this
not do
morning
that.
would have been
Clean.
an immense amount of pressure for Team
Just clean, just
Canada. I
clean.
can only
Move it out
imagine
there.
how those two must have been feeling, and for them to come out and play
Just clean,
high
just straight
80s
freeze
in
is
that
fine.
game is
Just
really,
straight freeze.
really something. It goes to show you how much they practice and how much they're used to playing under this pressure.
Yeah, Reed actually throwing 95% in
Oh,
that
wow.
game against Scotland. So
A little bit.
the question
Little
now
bit
is there less
Sorry?
pressure
little
on
bit wide.
Canada, and
Good
maybe
see.
they're less nervous, and now maybe just a chance for them to forget about the Olympic and the Olympic points and just focus on winning the
Okay,
gold.
that's sešta.
Yeah, I do think that now that that's not a factor, it would really
Spēkam.
be less stressful. I mean, I can't, like I said before, I can't even imagine what it would be like to play with that Olympic spot hanging over your head and having the entire country waiting for you to win. It would be really something. So I think that these two should be proud of what they've done and just go out there and play now.
Well, Canada has never won the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship.
Nope.
Never made a final, actually. The best they did was pick up a bronze. Switzerland has dominated in the past, 4 gold medals. And Russia and Hungary has also picked up 2 gold medals each. And those are the only 3 nations to have won this championship in the past, since it started up back in 2008, which incidentally was Latvia's best performance, as they placed 7th out of 24 teams. Of course, that record is close to broken here today, but with the 39 teams
Wow.
in the competition, you could say that this team might have just had the best championship yet, representing Latvia.
Quite something. 204 registered curlers in Latvia, with 51 being juniors under 21.
Mēs varam pastumt šitien to bišķiņ pasplitot. Viņiem ir viens tuvāk.
It's actually quite a few considering how small the country
Ja
is.
kāds paspie šito tālāk. Ok?
Labi.
Nākam iekšā.
Bišķi plat. Nē, labi, labi. Tad paspiežam, ja? Paspiežam, ja?
Bišķiņ.
Tad
Plātāks.
astotā. Astotā.
Plāts.
Septītā, sastā.
Neaiztiec. Nā. Gaidi līdz galam. Līdz galam gaidi. Līdz galam. Līdz galam. Paņem
Looking
septīto.
for the curl
Septīto.
here to get the tap, doesn't
Ok.
quite get there.
Ir ok.
All right, so on the other sheets, a bit of an update. Korea is winning 2-1 over China. Switzerland with a 2-point lead over Norway. The score is 3-1. And Finland is up on the Czech Republic, 2-1. All in the fourth end of play.
Back line.
Yeah, I think so.
You will notice that as you get into playoffs, the games will get a lot closer in score, the teams being closer matched in skill level now. Always exciting games in the playoffs.
They freeze it. They're not second, we can guard it. Huh? I think we just probably hit this one. I think I nose it, if not, just roll an inch this way. Let's just leave that red there. Because if they do play the freeze, then we're second, we can guard.
Okay. Just nose this?
Yeah. Nose or hair high. Normal weight.
I think it's good that Reed rationalizes his thought process while he's in the hack, because Joanne does offer an element of knowledge to the game as well. So if she maybe disagrees, she can offer an opinion.
Good.
How much of talking through the call and the shot is for Reed himself to visualize what he's doing?
I definitely think that's part of it as well.
Yeah, if they tap it frozen,
They have been playing together for a few years now too, so they've obviously got these processes in place that allow them to play their best. So I think that's one of the reasons why he does that.
Mēs viņu noliekam, viņš paliek augstāk, viņš caur šejienu zem citu viņu ārā. Es domāju, mums viņš vienkārši bišķiņu jāpabīd. Ok? Vienkārši draus, stīlēns, ok?
Es domāju, mēs viņu varētu mēģināt. Es nezinu, tad teorētiski bišķīt iekšmalā, lai šies tā atnāk un mūsēs.
Viņš caur turienes sitīs. Ja mēs dabūjam iekšmalu, viņš atnāk te. Viņš caur šejienu var močīt. Vai tāpat vienkārši pa taisno ārā?
Jā, jo vienkārši, ja mēs širo pabakstam, ir tas, ko tu teici, tur viņi izceļ dubultu un...
Jā, un sāli pēc rījiem. Nu, mēs principā varam vienkārši viņu pastumt te, ja kas pielaida ir pārkast iekšmaliņā, te apstāties.
Okay.
Jo to mums ir jādabūt tā, lai viņi nevar šitā izsist. Ja viņš šeit tā, mums nav kur iebraukt vairāk.
Jā.
Vienkārši draw.
I got one word out of that, and it was draw. So I don't really know. I'm thinking that they're going to play a freeze or tap freeze.
I think I would have to agree with that. Try and get, just catch this red stone a little bit on the high side, tap it down, frozen onto the yellow, back of 4. Yeah, just close to 2 million people live in Latvia. They did host the World Women's Curling Championship back in 2013 at the Volvo Sports Center.
Yeah, it seems to be quite the sport in Latvia with what I've been reading. They do have a really good junior program.
It's Galam.
This one coming up way too short.
Yeah, they have a couple in-offs. You
It's only for 2
could
though,
just
right?
play this too.
They have to make a good shot for 2 right now, right? I could make it for them, couldn't I?
This is probably their tougher double.
Like they've got the tap for 2 right now. I like guarding.
Okay.
Just high of the line.
Yeah.
Even like a rock high of the line.
And you'll notice Joanne put her foot down on that one, and I do like that because she obviously was not comfortable throwing the hit there. And you never want someone in the hack throwing a shot that they don't feel comfortable with or visualize themselves. Chances are they probably won't make it. So that's a good approach to that situation, Joanne had there.
So the thinking here is instead of playing the difficult shot yourself, you make the simple shot, allow your opponent to make the tough one for the 2.
Exactly, and if they make it, they made a great shot, but at least you're still up 1 and you have hammer.
It's almost like considering odds, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is, definitely.
Early. Yeah, keep it out there. Well,
And sometimes you play teams that just make all those shots so that you leave them, but that's part of it.
might need to finish this, Reed.
I think it's pretty good. 3.
A little bit, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Good.
Reed
seemed to have a good call on it.
Great shot.
Yeah, good call for a skip.
I think I can just add a rotation for you on my draws, actually.
Sure. They were getting
That
lots of
ran
nice
a lot
curl.
better.
Yeah,
the other ones are kind of just dying.
I think Reed's front end of Samagalski and Hodgin is at the hotel room in Calgary giggling at their skip sweeping, or?
I would think so. You always got to laugh at the skip. They have to sweep for 6 feet, and sometimes they get the other person to do it.
He's definitely not the worst sweeper as a skip. Of course, he was
No.
sweeping for Jeff Stoughton when they won the Worlds.
Yeah.
So
He has the ability.
just brush off with some of the rust and back in the game.
No.
Like riding a bike.
Tough shot left for Latvia here.
Did you see what they called? Is it the double that they're playing here?
I believe so.
I think that's really the only shot that they have.
I don't think there's any big risk in playing it either.
No.
Last one, fourth in. This is a tough one.
And it's over curling.
Just coming up tight there. And actually catch the complete other side of that rock. Not a good throw by Santa Bloomberga. And it does look like it's another steal for Canada. A yellow up on the board. So Canada really running away with the game here. 6-2 as we enter the halftime break. Both teams will take 5 minutes off the ice. We'll take a short break as well, and we'll be back with some of the highlights and, of course, the next 4 ends of the quarterfinal in the ATB Center. Stay tuned.
Ar pirmo endu sākāt, viss kārtībā. Ko mēs esam mācījušies? Nu jā. Ko? Nav ko zaudēt, kas paliek. Nu jā, bet tad arī sākam spēlēt. Šitais arī no biksēm izlaicis ārā, jo vairs nav neviena metiena. Mums neviens metiens nav vairāk par 50%.
Jā, nav gan.
Jums nav ko zaudēt, tad ko jūs tagad,
Jūs vairāk uz māju močīt?
Nu kā uz māju, bet nav jau precizitāte, tāpēc, ka jūs vienkārši emocionāli un mentāli neesat. Jūs pirmo
full sweep, like yours was 15-2.
The intern this way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the
I'm
intern's
sweeping
a
them,
little
but I'm
faster.
sweeping the whole way. We're not sweeping mine the whole way.
Yeah.
So
That's the difference. Like,
I don't think there's any changes. Like
I'm saying I could add a rotation. It'll carry through a bit better.
No.
Just add a couple feet.
Just throw it like you talked about, right? I don't think you did change anything.
The same release as this morning.
Yeah.
That gives
and
her a chance
I
to
don't
curl.
think it's a bad thing if you have a heavy clean out of the hand.
I just almost wanted her to play the in because I thought the in was better speed coming home.
That guard just ran really nice though.
It did, but it was middle 12.
So just remember on your out turn going away, this tighter line.
Yeah.
Because it's not getting to the center line yet. So just cut it down a little bit.
Intern is.
Intern is.
Yeah.
Out turn
So
we're not. It's not
Yeah.
getting.
Yes, I agree.
Let's take a look at that first end to begin with. Latvia with a chance to score 2 here. Did look pretty good for Canada in the first end, but a couple of great shots made by the Latvians to turn the end around. So it was a good start, but Canada came back strong. Sitting 2 here in the second end before Joanne Courtney playing her last stone. And eventually it did get to the house for 3. Our apologies for some technical issues here.
Nice speed here.
As mentioned, the second end.
That's close.
John Courtney making that draw. They score 3 back. And they would be up by 1 after 2 ends of play.
Let's throw the 1 first.
Viņi met pa širo pus 9.
In the third end, Canada sitting a couple, and it's a tough draw to get in there, but comes up way short for Santa Brunberga. Reed having a close look at the Stones top 4, but only the 2. And of course, with a steal in the 4th, it's a 6-2 game in favor of the Canadians, and you'll see it really reflected in the percentages. Canada throwing a really solid 85%, and Latvia's down at 66.
What's that? As long as they're power play.
Oh.
So you can head down there, Reed.
Okay.
Looks like we are
Under the wire for the power play.
back on the ice here. 5th end, and it's Latvia to use their power play. So you'll see the umpires now move the rocks from the center line out to the wing. Would you care to explain the advantage of using the power play, Kaylin?
Yeah, sure. So it's designed to draw the play from away from the center, especially when you have hammer. That's a good thing, just like in a regular curling game. When you have hammer, you don't want the end junked up in the middle because you want to leave that open for your last shot. Obviously, you want to score. So we've seen lots of teams use the power play as a defensive tool in getting one when they need to score, but you can also use it to generate a lot of points if you use it correctly. So you can pile a bunch of your stones behind that guard if they don't make the tick, which they're trying right now. But that does require the other team to make a miss.
Top yellow, top yellow.
Well, Canada used their power play excellently against Scotland, scoring 4 in the 7th end to really kill the game. And here you'll see a perfect tick shot by Joanne Courtney. No guard in play, and pushes that stone into the house.
I don't think
that really is a great shot, because now Latvia has to think, I only have 5 stones to generate 2 or more, and I have no guards.
Of course, Canada can't hit on their next shot either here, so if they want to, Latvia could just draw the open wing.
And I think that is what they're doing.
Sometimes you see teams put the guard back on, but then do sort of force their opponent to make that freeze around the corner, and if it's made,
your end is over almost.
Pretty much. This is maybe the safer way to go. I've seen it work out for some teams. But of course, with this discipline being fairly new, there's quite a few ways of going at the ends.
Yeah, you'll see every team play a little bit different, and I think that's just based on their experiences. What you found works for you and what doesn't.
Back 8.
I think it'll evolve into teams playing more similarly as we all play each other more. But for now, there's a bunch of different ways to do it.
10.
And that just makes this discipline extra interesting, I think. It's less predictable what the call's going to be.
Definitely. And I also think without having, when you can't hit until the 4th thrown stone, it also allows the other team to take some chances.
Oh, a little less ice.
Okay.
Let's see Reed trying to just tap that stone up.
Yeah.
Ice. I even like it.
Could have tapped it out of the rings, actually, just made sure it stuck around in play behind the house. But leaves a chance for Latvia to sit 3.
Yeah, if Latvia happens to get 2 here, they are not out of this game by any means. There's some big ends that can be scored in mixed doubles.
Oh, gets a very nice roll here. Leaves a double on the 2 reds to the right-hand side here, perfectly flat. So essentially no double.
Half rock.
Even if you just...
Then might be, you're bringing in jam into play. But yeah, I know what
No,
you
you
mean.
got a nose to jam it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even mind just...
Yeah. It's half rock double. Though,
Okay,
right?
I like it. What turn are you taking?
Could take it out with an aggressive line.
Okay. I like it, Reed.
The 3 is in play for Latvia just now. But of course, if Canada makes a double,
Yeah, I like that.
we'll cut them down to 2, and they make
Half
2
rock?
doubles, might cut Latvia down to the single point.
Yeah, whenever you're looking to score multiples, you are going to have to get a break from the other team, unfortunately, but it's not impossible.
Big weight from Reed Carruthers here on the out turn, coming across the face of the red here. Sounds pretty close. 1 and 2, there we go. Great shot by the Manitoba-born school teacher.
Pistol.
Yeah.
Just grab the little at the end.
You think
Looks like it just...
his kids or his pupils are watching back home?
I would think so.
Where'd you let it go? Inside nose?
They probably get used to watching him all year, though, so.
Well, it's a world
Although
championship.
this is the real deal, yeah.
Okay, Bort.
Mr. Carruthers on TV again. Not a bad problem to have, I would say.
Okay.
It's a good shot. Thinking that they're just going for their 2, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm thinking just board.
Yeah, and I think you can just put the broom on the edge of the rock.
I think you got it. Your foot went over it.
Just cleaning up some potential debris here, Joanne Courtney. It's something we haven't seen a lot of this week. Pickups.
They freeze and you get the
I've
This won't do much here.
can't remember having seen one on the broadcast. I've seen maybe one or 2 altogether this week.
Yeah, I mean, Jamie Barassa is the ice maker this week, and he is fantastic with keeping the surface very clean. That's probably one of the more important things about having good ice is that there isn't the picks, having a really clean ice surface. So he's done a great job this week.
Well, even more so in mixed doubles where you don't have the 2 sweepers following the rock from coast to coast all the time, having the opportunity to even keep it clean.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice that they know that that's taken care for them.
It's a big ice crew, and of course lots of volunteers pitching in, just vacuuming the carpets and all the flooring around the arena. It's all the small details
Yeah,
that
exactly.
make the conditions here so great. Still looking good for 2 here, Latvia. Just going to make a couple more shots.
Nice, quiet, controlled weight here. Looks good.
Makes a double, actually.
Now they don't have to worry about a jam on that back one. On the next, if Joanne ever made a nice little roll there, it could have been hard to actually stick around and get 2 without jamming on Canada's back stone. That was a good shot.
Nice bonus.
Es domāju, šito pašu tikai bišķi labajā malā būtu, viņiem būtu riskantāks iztuzreiz.
And there is no double available for Joanne Courtney or any other curling player in the world for that matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you could possibly throw it hard enough. Defy physics, I think, at that point.
Just a hit and stick here for
Good normal.
shot stone, at least forcing Latvia to make another nose hit for 2.
Solid.
Yep, straight up, straight up, straight up.
Trying to hold it here.
Good throw, Joe.
Nose hit.
That's good. Forcing the other team to make their shot for 2.
Pretty much the same line.
Call. Thanks, Anne.
Of course, another player throwing the hit this time. It's Santa Bloomberga.
Should we play hers?
And she'll notice that,
I mean,
she doesn't have someone holding the broom for her. She uses the sweeper.
Score 2, playing about 4 up, playing 7. Even score 1.
Yeah, I don't think we use it. I don't think we use it yet.
Okay.
Because if we go for 2, so if we don't get 2, and then they give us a steal, we're still.
Team Canada already discussing the use of the power play.
Score 1.
As Bloomberg comes out the hack here. She made the nose hit for 2 in the first end. You'd expect her to be close with this one as well. Should be a routine shot for a team at this level. World Championship quarterfinal, of course, just adding a little bit to the pressure. This will hit and stick around, so another deuce up on the board for Latvia. It's about time. They've been giving up quite a few points to Canada, but still in the game here, trailing by 2 after 5 ends of play.
Okay. Mums ir jāspiež. Mēģinam zakt. Zakšana nekad. Mašīna. Pielēt. Līnijā šaurāks. Līnijā šaurāks.
Paņem stākumu tikai.
5. 5.
Welcome back to the 6th end here. We have a couple more for you. It's a 2-point lead for Canada.
They've decided that they are going to use the power play.
I think the last thing I heard from Reed was we're not going to use it.
I was surprised when they set that up.
Maybe being persuaded by Joanne Courtney.
I'm not sure. I didn't hear their conversation, so I'm not sure. But I don't think it's bad to go, just ensure that you're scoring in the even ends.
Yeah, I don't mind doing it.
There is still the element of scoreboard management there. Like, you do like to score coming home. Obviously, making sure you have hammer in the 8th end is a huge benefit.
Hard. Gotta go. Yep.
Mistake here by Joanne Courtney, not able to come around the corner.
Oh, that's too bad.
Nice wing.
It's close to slipping into the house and made a real big swing and spun back.
Sorry, Reed. Great sweep.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Okay, otrā.
Līnija laba. Trešo. Līnija tajā pusē vajag dabūt.
Yeah, just playing the
Otrā.
guard.
Jā, bench.
You notice that they're calling this as a tight guard. Maybe they're not quite used to teams being able to play that up weight accurately. All right, an update on the other sheets. China with a dominating lead over Korea. It's 6-2 in the 6th end. Switzerland and Norway in a battle. Switzerland's up 4-3, and Finland is up 4-1 on Czech Republic, all in the 6th end of play.
Reed's gonna kill the guard here, so it's all about keeping things open and making sure they score, just like you said, Kaelin.
And that That is a big bonus.
Yep, spin it, go, 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 go!
It's a really great shot.
And then completely frozen on their own yellow, making that double really tough.
Fantastic shot by Reed.
Oh, that worked out any good.
And you'll hear him be pretty happy with that too.
Nice heads up line call there.
I'd say calling the freeze on your own yellow is a shot you'd never make again, but
Yeah, the perfect freeze. Funny.
Nolan.
and gets a little bit on the inside too, so it just makes a double really tough for Latvia. But they'll be trying to hit this on the nose just here inside and try and sit on top frozen.
These shots are tricky to not get any movement, but that was a really good shot. Good attempt.
Yeah, just undercurl the hair so that yellow is out counting
Yeah.
the shooter.
Yellow will be able to sit 2 here after a nose hit even. Don't really want to leave Latvia the double, but
I think we know.
it's wide open in any event.
We knows, are they making a play on their side, Red?
Yeah, and they're going under, and then I run.
Okay. Kind of wait for Reed.
Just easy.
Okay.
I'd like to play the in.
Yeah, I
Better
like
idea of what it's going to do.
Yeah, I like it. A little quiet, I think.
Whoa, no. Whoa. 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 Clean, yep, line, hard.
That's good, Reed.
Yeah, nice shot. Exactly what they were hoping for.
Nice shot.
Now, like Reed said, most teams may ignore that stone and just go for the hit and roll off that side red one. At least bring 2 into play.
Yeah.
Make Reed throw that run back. I don't think that's what they're calling. Or maybe it is. I did not see.
I would say it looks like a hit and roll off the stone top of the 12 foot. Just looking at the broom placement for Bloomberg.
Bort.
I think he said board. That's a word that translates fairly nicely.
Yeah, most curling terms are used in English by most nations. Hack and board and control.
That's a nice shot, actually.
Yeah, makes it tough for Canada.
I always thought that Continental Cup would be difficult if you were playing with a player that couldn't speak your language. That would bring a whole new element of communication into this. It would be quite difficult, I think. We could try it one time. You can speak Norwegian only. See how we do.
I just follow your lead, I think, Kaylin.
That'd be nice change.
Just point where I'm supposed to put the rock, and then we go from there.
Glad you have confidence in me.
Whoops.
Thank you. Okay, Reed, just give me a second to reset here.
Okay.
Easy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like solid board.
Okay.
Reed taking his time here.
Is this the run back, perhaps, for
I think
Reed?
just with soft weight.
Yep. Just trying to control it.
Yeah, that's a good call.
That was a really nice roll by Bremanis to force the shot. This is not an easy one to make at all.
He's liking it, I believe. And great.
Real
Really
good
nice.
shot. It was hard to do that and stay behind cover without moving the yellow. Might have left a double off the red here for Latvia.
So close.
Cik varam pa vidu? Visticamāk, ka paņemsim sākumā sarkano, bet
Wanting maybe to curl here more.
I think so, just so they didn't have that off the red one. That red one's not going anywhere because it's going right into the yellow in the 12-foot. So Latvia could potentially sit 2 after this shot. But not to worry, Joanne will have the entire house basically to draw to, at least the 4-foot.
I've drawn their lots.
So
Nice and
I think you might be able to make the double here
which way? The out?
off either stone here, off the yellow or the red.
Kind of just play right into the center of those 2, almost to just hit
Try and hit
right
the
in
hole.
the middle,
Yeah.
exactly.
But there is no hole, so
No.
just come close to catching the pocket here, and you should see both yellows go. Pretty good weight here coming down from Bloomberger.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shot.
Enough? Is it enough? Enough to spill it to the 12-foot at least. We'll see if there's a double left for Courtney to score 2.
No, yeah, but
See all of it, but I think the
Yeah,
draw
ready.
for one's smart.
I like this call, the draw for 1.
I think so.
piece of the 4.
Yeah, just
I think the statistics, if you're going into 7 up 3, the odds are in your favor at that point. Hate to give up 1, and then it's a completely different ball game.
yeah, so all in all, that's actually the best shot they could do because they moved that redstone fairly close to the 4-foot actually and cut down the scoring area for Joanne Courtney.
That yellow rock.
Yeah, that's perfect ice.
Okay,
Yeah, here we go, Joe.
right on the tee.
Such an important shot here to
What a
make,
ten.
so you
Yeah,
never miss
exactly.
and give up 2.
Good speed here. 14-7-ish.
Tied game.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the shots that seem so routine, but given the circumstances, the pressure involved, the Olympic points on the line, this is it's not all that easy anymore.
Last stone of the 6th end.
Little tighter line, but just sweep for tee. Looks like it's there right now, Reed.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Not panicking, they like it.
Okay, line's fine. Sweep for tee. Can't hurt it, I think.
Looks to be
Gotta go.
very much in control. Courtney coming in at the end here. Is it slowing down too much? I wonder. Wow, I think they lost it.
One red.
Yeah,
Lost
one
it for
red.
sure.
Go, Joe.
Steal one for Latvia. A lifeline for the young team.
Yeah, thought a hair tighter line on my hand.
Well, interesting development here as Canada
Just need to sweep.
will lead it, but only by 1 after 2 ends to go.
It's all good, Reed.
Yeah, score 1.
Yeah.
The 7th end is underway here. Latvia picking up a steal in the 6th to really tighten up the scoreline here. So very much in the game still. Working it hard here, Andris Bremanis. Doesn't quite get down onto the yellow, but leaves this one partially open, so definitely usable for Team Latvia.
Yeah, I think given the fact that they're down some points and they need to steal, being a little bit light isn't the end of the world.
Yeah, might just act as a second guard for them. So it's really important for Joanne Courtney here to
Okay, line should be good.
stay in front of the tee line, not leave a pocket for Latvia to freeze on to behind 2 rocks.
Yeah. Line's good.
Gotta go.
Okay, you
Help.
can go.
Was that a bit of a missed sweep by speed curlers in the 6th, or
Yeah,
was that I didn't seem to be full maximum machine coast to coast, really.
Yeah, I definitely think he needed to be on it the whole way almost to get all the way into the forefoot. And he wasn't really panicked at all. And Joanne actually was the one that told him he needed to sweep it. So that could be the lack of sweeping experience in the last few years. But it also could be tightening up out there and they're just not quite catching on. So those things happen in mixed doubles quite often. Still up one with hammer. I've been in worse situations.
It's never a good feeling when your opponent's creeping up on you, though.
No, it's not, but it's part of the game, unfortunately.
Looks to play the tap on the red here. Does get down onto the yellow. Very nice tap indeed.
Great shot, and unfortunately, Joanne Courtney pulling up short there, rubbing off the guard, actually completely blocked off the forefoot on that side.
Well, this will be the fourth thrown rock in the end, so it means Reid can play a hit if he wants to. It might just be the run double on the redstone top 12.
I think we'll definitely see him play that.
Looks like I need to hit about 2/3.
He's already lining it up.
Might be the slash on the guard, actually. Run the guard back onto that redstone top 12. Try and really open it up.
I think he's actually trying to play the run double and run it back into those in the forefoot, just like that. Great shot.
Perfect. He even leaves the yellow counter shot stone back and forth.
Bit of a couch back there in the forefoot for Latvia to plunk onto, but opens everything right up.
Yeah, makes that slash and big bonus to get the shot stone off the forefoot.
Yeah, that was great.
Shot. Just follow this, I guess, or?
Kind of depends.
Just across the line, so it might be a little bit slower.
You mentioned how curling's not the biggest sport in Latvia. Biggest sport, just like Canada, is hockey. They have one superstar in the NHL, Semgus Girgensons, playing for the Buffalo Sabres. The highest drafted Latvian in NHL history. Picked 14th overall in 2012.
They like their ice sports as well.
Curling comes after hockey in Canada, doesn't it?
I would definitely think so, yeah. It's huge, huge sport, but Canada is picking up with the curling, I would think. It's always been big, but with the ability to watch it on TV almost every weekend, there's no doubt that it's growing in popularity.
But it is the second most popular.
Yes, arguably.
Should be able to hold this.
Yeah, I think it's gonna curl a little.
Okay.
I think it's the most popular, but
Well, it's quite a thing for us Europeans coming to Canada, and just even the fact going into just a sports pub and see curling on TV and people knowing what the game is and understanding the game, it's quite something. Let's take a look at some of the other sheets and some of the other scores from the other quarterfinals, Kaylin.
yeah, so we have China leading Korea 7-2. Switzerland's up 2 on Norway. The score is 5-3, and Finland and the Czech Republic are tied at 4-all. 7th end of play for every sheet out here. Games are nearing the end. Pressure's building. It's exciting.
Yeah, some real important games out there. China picking up 12 points last year. They are almost like they might be qualified with those 12 points, but of course wanting to pick up a few more. Korea, on the other hand, pre-qualified as host nation. Switzerland failing to pick up any points last year, even though they are four-time world champion. And so yeah, Martin Rios and Jenny Perry really needing to maybe even win the whole championship, at least get to the final to try and qualify the Swiss, so quite a lot of pressure on them.
I would say that the 2 games. The one semi-final will be very big. The Finn-Czech game and the Norwegian-Swiss game. That's huge for where those teams are placed right now.
Yeah, Finland has 6 points from last year. If they could progress to the semi-final, it's looking really good for an Olympic spot. Norway at 4 points. Really need to win here, actually.
And then they have to be dead whacked around the guard.
And the Czech Republic, no points from last year, so the same for them as with Switzerland. If they can make it to the final or even win it, that could be enough to get there. So much on the line for all teams. And again, same goes for Latvia. If they can win the game here and get to the final,
they have a chance.
12 points for silvers, 14 for the gold. Both could be enough. Does look like it's around that 12-point mark.
Yeah, it's a very interesting time for this sport. I don't remember this happening really before. This is a unique situation all on its own, having to compete for Olympic spots like that for the first time ever.
Makes it so much more exciting though.
Yeah, it does.
Thin double here from Reed Carruthers. 1 and 2, real good.
Great shot.
Probably hoping to spin a little bit away from the center line. Leaves a bit of a pocket for Latvia. But this next one is...
It's a big shot for Latvia.
Yeah, it's a make or break one.
If they can ever make this freeze perfect, though, and force Canada to 1 here, that's a big shot.
That was an aggressive line. I let you sweep it.
Yeah, we have seen Canada opt for the cautious shot before, so if they can make it really difficult for Canada to score 2 or more, you might see them steer away from that option and just go for the single once more.
Yeah.
I'd say there's potential triple too, but that's I'd say that's a lower percentage shot. I'd rather maybe come in there and...
Yeah, if you could ever play the triple, though, that is huge because it forces Canada to take their 1. Because if you ever blank an end, you have to concede hammer, unlike a regular curling game where you carry the hammer forward. So this would be big if they can make this triple.
Timeout is called by Latvia, so we will have the coach come out and they'll have a discussion of the options.
Vienīgi tad mēs nevaram atdauzīties, bet ja mēs noliekam perfekti šajā, izcili, ja mēs pat tuvāk pa širu esam, viņam nav baigais citiens. Šajien daudzot tas ārā un visticamāk savējais.
Bet ja mēs pastumam, tad mums ir vakar uz ezera, tad -3.
Nu, ja redzam, ka iet stiprāks, varam mēģināt tā kā pastumt, bet...
Bit of a walk for Ritvars Golbis to
Viņam tāpat ir grūti.
make his way down here, but
Ko viņi dzīs pa vidu, bišķi vai pa malām arī
just around the corner here, and they'll have that 1 minute to talk things over.
Ja viņš pārkrīt, viņi vienkārši viņu izdev uz ārā. Paņem savus. Te, drīzāk? Vajag rīt?
Ja tu uzliksi ļoti labi, tad viņš var džemoties, bet viņš tāpatās izlidos ārā.
Bet tad arī šitie lidos ārā. Nu, ja es viņu nolieku šitien te, šeit, šitajā spotā, tad šitie arī nāk ārā, ja viņš šauj.
Šitais tas un iespējams mēstais.
Variants ir
jā,
vienkārši
bet
sist
saprot, ka
kaut ko.
vietējums kļūdai nav nemaz, ja
Nav
viņu tur
kļūdas.
mēģina ielikt.
Otrs variants ir sist.
Ja tu uzliec uz apakšējo, tad viņš ārā uz šito malu vispār nenāk.
Šeit virsū?
Jo šeit ir lielāks, šitais stāv augstāk. Ja tajā spotā ieliek, tad...
Man ar šito griezienu jānāk iekšā, nu. Viņš paliks augstāk, viņi vienkārši viņu izcels ārā.
Tad otrs ir variants bišķīt uzbakstīties tādu palikt.
Bet viņš
šito bišķiņu paspies?
Ja tev paliks priekšā, viņš caur savējo izdauzīs uz dubulto.
Nu jā.
Tā kā man labāk patīk uz apakšējo frīzi.
Šeit? Nāk
Viņš
klāt,
atnāks vaļā šajā pusē.
Tajā nedrīkst.
Viņam
Bet mēs
jābūt
jau
šeit.
nevaram no širā grieziena ieiet.
Nu jā?
Šie jau krīt pa šejien.
Es nebija palikt.
Es domāju, labi, mēģinām iet, ja kas bišķīt uzbakstamies širo.
Kaut vai pierē paliekam.
Jā, nu, pieregluši ne, bišķīt iekšmalā vajag, lai viņš šitā atnāk.
Ja bišķiņi iekšmalā būs, viņš sitīs, un viņam paņems tikai 2 tad.
Quite a tall guy. Kolbis. Probably play basketball, which is the second most popular sport in Latvia. Now, the way I see it, there's maybe 3 options here. You play the triple, which is very thin and difficult. Or you tap the shot stone back and sit in the pocket. That might leave the in-off double after the stone on the left-hand side for Canada. Or you might just even try and freeze it right in between the 2 yellows on the back 4. Of course, that shot's really difficult because you'd have to play the out-turn at it because of that yellow stone, the guard in front of the house.
You could also always just dead freeze this one on the very center line at the back 4.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
In the pocket there, if you ever stay a little bit on the high side of it, but it's hard coming from.
I think they're just trying to put this somewhere that's the most difficult to remove. Obviously, Canada's going to have a shot for the multiples, but if she makes this perfect, it could be tricky.
They're looking tight though, and really starting to curl. I don't think they'll be able to get to the face of that back yellow, although almost losing handle here.
Yes, we could see this be the last end if Joanne can make this.
That rock almost made a turn back, lost the handle, could have almost started curling.
You can see about a third of it.
She really did have perfect weight.
Yeah,
just
just
great weight.
Playing here with board.
Not enough ice or just not enough rotation.
They're just talking because it is slightly buried, so they can't throw a lot of weight at it.
We have a final score. It's China beating Korea 8 shots to 2. And that will guarantee a spot for China at the Olympics for Ba Dashin and Wang Rei. As we come back to our sheet here, this is a big shot for Joanne Courtney, could be for the game. You can see about half the rock from the hack. Make it go away. Try and stick as many yells in the house as possible for a multiple score. Last stone, 7th end.
Solid.
Clean.
Solid.
Clean.
I think he's liking it.
Pretty close.
Clean. Whoa. Just clean.
Coming now.
Clean.
Past the guard, onto the red, sits for 4.
A very good shot. And that'll be the game.
A big applause from the home fans. Canada picks up 4, and by the looks of it, that is it. Latvia will concede the game. They had a really good run though, winning 8 straight games at this World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship. Very impressive. You have to hand it to them. And it's not all over for them. They will be entering this B tournament to play for the 5th spot. But that would not garner enough points for Latvia to get to the Olympics. So the Olympic dream over for them. For Canada, on the other hand, securing a spot at the Olympics, and now a chance to just focus on getting that gold medal and becoming world champions, which would be the first time ever for Canada to do so at this competition.
Give me another one. Oh, what a good throw.
Thank you.
You sign, Skipper. You sign.
Do everything on this team?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What a day. Lucky socks, baby. Woohoo. Oh, I love it. Good sweeping.
Oh, God. Okay.
Well, obviously 2 very happy Canadians here coming off the ice after a 10-5 win over Latvia, putting them in the semi-final.
Right at home.
I think I got it now.
Play for a medal guaranteed tomorrow, and we got Canada into the Olympics. It's pretty awesome.
Yes, indeed, Reid. Yes, indeed. These guys will come off the field of play, and they'll be greeted by Kaylin Virtue in the mixed zone. We'll try and get a few words in with them, so stay tuned for that. And of course, we'll go back and look at some of the highlights from this game. Two other games still ongoing on the ice in the ATB Centre. It's Norway playing Switzerland. Huge game for them, and also Czech Republic playing Finland. Canada leads it 3-2 after 2 ends of play. As we come in to the third end, it's a draw for Santa Bloomberga, but comes up short, and Canada steals 2 to lead the game by 3.
So my free draw for one, we both jumped in and it would have been...
Good throw.
Canada steals another point in the fourth end. After the halftime break, it's Latvia to use their power play and makes good use of it, scoring 2, puts them back in the game after 5. In the sixth end, Bloomberga making a nice double, leaving 2 red counters for Joanne Courtney to outdraw, but a bit of a missed sweep. Leaves the seal coming up short, so a steal for Latvia.
Real good throw.
As they are creeping closer to the 6 points of Canada.
Okay, board weight.
Yeah, board weight.
But in the 7th end, Joanne Courtney with a chance to kill the game.
Clean.
Comes down the center line, picks the red stone, scores 4 to make it a 10-5 game, and a win for Canada. We have Reid Carruthers and Joanne Courtney ready with Kaylin.
Congratulations, you guys. You guys may not have finished the round robin as strong as you would have hoped. What has been the major difference today, and what will you continue to focus on heading into the semifinal against China?
Mostly just our draw placement. We were kind of heavy a lot leading into the playoffs, and over our practice yesterday we talked a lot about just throwing and using our great sweeping and getting on the right side of tolerance. I think that was the difference today.
Yeah, definitely. A little added pressure, and I'd like to say that we were ready for it.
Awesome. And Joanne, you were just competing in Beijing in the World Women's Championship. How does it feel to wear the maple leaf for the 2nd time this year and now on home soil?
It's an incredible feeling. I've dreamed about this for so long, and to get to do it twice in the same year is unbelievable. And getting to play in Canada with the maple leaf on our backs is just a dream come true, and the crowd's been fantastic, so we're having just the time of our lives out here.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much, and good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, Taylor.
Thanks.
Taking a look at the brackets here, China plays Canada. The other semi-final, we don't know yet. Both the 2 core finals at the bottom there are still ongoing. But right now it's Switzerland with a 1-point lead over Norway, with the power play in action, looking in control. Czech Republic down 1 with Hammer in the 8th, but that's all we have time for. Join us again tomorrow for some more exciting games. So from us here at World Curling TV, we just ask you to stay tuned and follow this exciting championship.
What a great shot.